Hello everybody and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. So today we are doing the Ocarina of Time Randomizer EU weekly race. So our commentators today will be Melqui and Ponsari, and our trackers will be the Alan Hefley, and Waylon. So thanks everyone and good race.
Hey, thank you, and thank all of you in chat for joining us today. We have a couple great runners on our restream today, Queso Bro and Elf Alpha. I am very excited to watch them. I don't get to watch them nearly as often as I would like. What are you hoping for today?
Well, we already start with the best song, and we start with the best medallion, so I think the seed is being a bit too generous for start. I think I'd like to see some a curveball.
That's so interesting that you think Bolero is the best song, because I am like
the best song.
Die hard Minuet start is the best, because if you don't have a hook shot or hovers, like all you get out of Bolero is a song.
Sure, but it's a song. It's a free song, and it's once you have that.
Minuet is 2 free songs.
Sure.
I think you see what we're going to be talking about all through this match today. Which starting song is the best. And yeah, we do have another free song waiting for us at Temple of Time, so, you know, we've got 2 free songs here.
We have so many free songs depending on spawns, and we're starting Child, right? Yeah, so we're gonna get quite a few. We have quite a few of them already, yes. Yeah, probably the as your first song, Minuet is probably the best, but I still think Bolero is the best one overall.
Okay, so I can see where Bolero, you know, it does have a slightly stronger vibe in the long game. I do just, you know, Minuet starting.
I've always been a long-term kind of guy.
That's fair. And of course, we are waiting on one person to ready up.
Although, to be fair, I also think Sun's song is very underrated. Particularly the earlier you get it, the more flexibility it gives to your routes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm a big fan. You like a Zelda start? Of course you like a Zelda start. It's the actual strongest song in the game. But, you know, I like some fun. And anything that prevents me from watching 20 minutes of backwalking is a good start for me. More than getting more checks per minute. I prefer warp songs for the start, and then you get the powerful songs in the middle of the run. Yeah, it seems we don't have any kind of crazy music today. Kaizo Bro and Alfalfa, as my mom would say, Atafaifa. It's a rural Spanish thing. Don't worry about it. Hope surely it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I can understand. Yes! It's not quite the best song, but this gives us some fun stuff to play around with. Domain, already in Logic. As soon as we get Letter, Jabu in Logic, River in Logic.
I really agree with Alfalfa here. Exiting Domain.
Starias is what we're getting.
I wasn't paying attention to the hints. But I do agree with Alfalfa here, because you start with 0 rupees, and collecting the 20 rupees you need for the diving minigame, 1 blue rupee at a time, is not the best play, particularly when you can just save, reset, and just do the minigame instantly at any point in the future.
I don't know if that was a mistake on Alfalfa's part, or if he just was not looking to do River and Domain currently. But
yeah,
missed the ledge there.
Yeah, that looked like a mistake.
And both prelude hints right away.
Well, not the best info when you already have the green medallion.
Oh, he did steer away from the landing spot. Alright, thanks, Kinra.
Okay.
It's easier to do river as adult anyway, especially if you know the glitchless jumps, so... like, why bother, I guess? Especially with that time of day routing, as we are seeing here. Alfalfa barely making it into ranch before...
That is a very fair point. The time of day wasted in river is probably not worth it, depending on what you're looking to do. I think you kind of have to do, at this point, with nighttime almost upon you, you kind of have to do the valley loop just to waste the time you need to enter market.
Yeah, and
maybe go into
grab the owl. A stick.
Yeah, so far nothing in terms of important checks.
Yeah, Keizo had some nice rupee RNG there. Yeah, what Alfalfa does next after finishing up Ranch here might depend on what song we get here. If it's a warp song, and it's Sun Song! Alfalfa's got all the choices in the world.
Yep, now time of day is no longer a concern, so you can just go to market, you can do the Eerie area, you can just do the valley loop, whatever you prefer.
Whatever you want to do.
Yep.
And another check in Graveyard. I still do not see what was on that,
I think it's a stick.
It is a stick? Okay. It's like, it looked dark. It's probably not magic.
It looked long, and again, nothing in the bag of Long Ranch.
Okay. A save quit from Alfalfa.
Yeah, he's probably doing domain now.
Oh, a wallet up there. Okay.
Yeah, even if you don't actually collect the items, I don't see why you wouldn't pick them while you're here in the river. But I guess Alfalfa doesn't have a scale, so he's probably going to have to go down the Zora's River twice anyway, since he was planning to do domain now.
Yeah, and I really do think it was entirely what song is waiting for me in Ranch at that time. Keizo doing this will probably not make time of day for that on this first reloop, so we might end up seeing that Valley Lake play.
Ooh, missing some of time in Long Ranch would be, not the biggest time loss, but, a time loss nonetheless.
This is great for us because we get some extra info out of the deal.
By the way, in terms of fashion, Keizo Bro wins hands down. That blue tunic from Jumbling is fantastic, whereas this dirty dull green
wallet
horrible. Oh, the 3
both of them
dive.
Getting 3 rupees in one dive. Very nice. Yeah, I do prefer the blue tunic, to be honest, but we'll see what their other tunic colors and frogs is dead. And Keizo grabbing that wallet. Do not blame him at all.
Sure.
Yep, that is both wallets known already, so if we end up having to think about tunic, wallet, blue fire logic, we're good.
And you're definitely never going to collect the second the second wallet unless you really have to do 50 skulls. So yeah, grabbing this one makes sense.
Yeah, Kirby, that frogs 2 hint right above the frogs. Like, you see these frogs down there? Don't bother.
Well, you can make it rain still. There is something potentially there.
Alright, so Alfalfa gonna grab a skull here, looks like.
Yeah, and we're gonna get some Kiri Forest checks. Kaizo. Let's see what Mido is hoarding.
I'm gonna guess bombs.
Already?
Yeah. I'm feeling spicy.
Bombs is not spicy. Nothing.
It's nothing.
Mwah.
Okay,
Boring.
but I would like to point out that every blue rupee we find in here has the potential to have been bombs. Not a bomb bag. But all three of those blue rupees could have been bombs.
3 bluepies and a recovery heart for Mido.
Hey Tannerin, thanks for joining in and thanks for the Prime sub.
Just told me those life saving of 15 rupees.
Oh.
Whoa!
You were closer.
It's not quite hovers, it's not quite in middles, but I'll take it, I guess.
Yeah, similarly, I suppose there are things that you can blow up with that. Didn't count as an explosive.
That is true. I've already commented on a race in which the first logical bomb bag was in the basement of bottom of the wall because you can Dean's fire the bombs behind the boulders in there.
Yeah. Oh no. Alfalfa losing the chicken. I think he was hoping it was going to land on that platform there, but it yeeted itself.
Is he going back for another, or is he going to give up on it? Skull Mask dead. Good.
No.
Yeah.
Alfalfa's saying nah.
Probably correct.
Yep. Which, as we know, is not going to be a big deal. Alfalfa got the...
What was the hint in that grotto?
It was the 40 rupee, or the 40 skull wallet.
Spirit's Path to Barinade. Not much in terms of info right now. I mean, we do know that we need to beat Barinade now, but I mean, I've become very pessimistic over this month of commentary. I've learned to expect the worst, and that means that we're going to do Jabu every time. Because you need to use less items that barely lock anything else and are therefore very hard to find indirectly in logic somehow. I'm getting some buffering from Alfalfa.
I am as well.
There was nothing in Kaizo Bros side in the Grana minigame. I missed the song. I like to pay attention to them, but it looked like nothing special. Just 5 random notes.
Yeah, Alfalfa seems to be totally paused for me, so I think he may be having some technical difficulties on his end.
Okay, it's loading again. Whoa! And we have a bomb too. This is a different. Is this the same stream? I'm going to ignore our Alfalfa stream for a bit until we know what's going on.
Yeah. Alright. I refreshed. Looks good. I do not know where the bomb shoes came from.
The child shooting gallery.
Oh, okay. Nice. Buying a shield.
I mean, Season 5 changed the whole Season 5 decided to destroy and eradicate from the world the team Nervia Shield. We still live. There's some of us still out there, but...
And there is storms on the Sarius check.
Storms? Fountain is foolish, okay. So, Domain has nothing, Fountain has nothing, but Jabu is a dungeon. Got it.
Furor's Wind. So we have our two like useful spells, but no magic yet.
Very good boy. Honestly, I'm happier about finding Furor's than I am about finding Dins, depending on dungeon layout, I guess.
Path to Morpha. And Dan's dead. That's too bad. Lost Woods is foolish. That is great for Alfalfa to know. Keizo is going to be upset when he sees that.
And Kaki's path to Quingoma.
I would like to point out that aside from potential logical access to whatever song is on Minuet, Saria's is dead. Saria's song we already know is dead. So our free song, useless. Prelude on OoT. Well...
Okay, so not AD for the song.
Yep, not AD for the song.
Sometimes I wish we still had the full Mask, the Deku Theater Mask of Truth check. Just so AD also locked trading the bunny hood.
Nice. Mita, I said except for logical access to the Minuet song and potentially Forest Temple. I don't think Alfalfa looked at the pedestal.
Okay, there's a piece of heart on top of the volcano and maybe a bloopy on the wall.
And Zio. Alright, what is our adult spawn? Do tell.
We got a really good child spawn. Let's see if adults can compete. No,
boring.
Definitely not.
Boring.
I mean, good spawn until you get Nocturne, but
yeah,
still boring. I missed the hint in South Hyrule from Kaizo.
Looks like it might have been the repeat of Darunia being nothing. Alfalfa already saying, you know what? I don't need those small chests.
I like being able to full clear the graveyard on my first visit. Well, as adults you can't, because
can't quite,
you don't have fire. But...
Alright. Keizo is in Valley now. Oh, big chest.
Of course, Samsung locked something.
And the hookshot, which...
And it's not just any something.
Likely path to Morpha right there. Not guaranteed, but likely.
Yeah.
The nickel in the crate there. Only a Sith deals in absolute serious business. I am definitely not going to say that that is absolutely the path to Morpha, because you never know where your irons are. Longshot might even be in here.
The path. It definitely solves the path. Regardless of what we find later on, so.
Yep.
That hint is kind of useless right now. It just gives us maybe some incentive to clear the rest of the graveyard just in case, but there's no info to be gained. Okay, well then adult spawn is seriously bad.
Yeah. But it does give us another hint. We like hints.
Still, I guess adult spawn makes you want to check this.
Already dead. Treasure chest game dead. Yeah, I would say, like, the worst thing for Alfalfa, skipping Lost Woods, and there's irons also in Graveyard. See, folks? You see? This is why.
I mean, I never doubted you. I know how bullshit this is can be. Until it's 100% confirmed, nothing is confirmed.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, irons are generally more likely to be path, but because both hook shots are required anyway, they are automatically path whether they are hook locked or not.
Right. The question is what the game is hinting, exactly which of the two checks is the hinted path, but the answer is we don't care because it doesn't matter. If it's the hook shot, it's just the hook shot. If it's Iron Boots, maybe that means that the boss key is in Central Pillar. I don't know. So maybe you are more likely to check Central Pillar because maybe that's the path, I guess.
I mean, logically, every check in Water Temple requires Iron Boots. Only entry is in logic with Gold Scale, so irons are automatically required for water.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Huh.
So even though we can do Gold Scale water, it's not the logical way of doing it. So the game will always tell you, like, you need irons.
Okay.
Yes and no, Kenra. I mean, having storms and dins are both very nice early, and ice arrows.
Speaking of nice.
Love it.
Go ahead.
So it kind of depends on how bad that Sun Song ultimately hurts, because there's a chance Keizo goes to Graveyard after this. I think he can probably make... Well, it doesn't matter. He'll have Sun Song. He might want to do Dampe Digging, having that path hint. And another Warp Song.
I guess in Water Temple, even if the only way to get any of the checks is to have keys already from Keysanity or Keysi, or maybe to use the trick and long shot the torch. So yeah, it makes sense.
A scale.
The reason I was confused is that Water Temple can be in logic without Zelda's Lullaby, which is also usually required.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only like a couple of checks, maybe the compass and the map or something.
Yeah, I think it's 2.
But good enough to find the boss key and beat the temple. Sometimes.
And yes, we do spawn in river, so that scale is unlikely to be path. Not even just river. We spawn in domain, which is the additional like issue there, because if we didn't have Lullaby. Hey, Kokiri Sword.
That's our path.
Alfalfa, please go check the pedestal.
That's our likely path.
Yeah. There could also just be a slingshot hanging out right here, and then we get to play the game again. What is it?
So far, the logic is very boring. I mean...
Where's our first bomb bag? I'm gonna go ahead and just say Deku at this point. Just throw that out there.
Sure, why not? I'm not sure we're getting our first bomb back at this point. I mean, we have 200 rupees, we have choose from the child shooting gallery, which basically everyone is going to collect. And so maybe we don't really need a bomb back at any point. Logically we do, most definitely, but... Hey, we're getting the boulder!
Nothing. But Big Goron is a bomb bag.
Okay, so that might be it.
Interesting.
Might?
That could be. We will only know when we find
You know what I said? You know what I said earlier about we might not get a bomb back? We probably won't get a bomb back if that's our only logical or accessible bomb back.
Yeah, if that's our first bomb bag, there's no way we're getting that one. Unless the claim check is just hanging out, easily available.
Come on, you know that's not happening.
I mean, I don't know. This seed has been generous so
If
far.
Randobot decides to place the bomb back in Vigoron, Randobot's not gonna give you a claim check.
Maybe.
Exactly. Prescription.
You're right. It's definitely gonna be prescription somewhere. Randobot do like to troll that way. I did see Eyeball Frog in a race yesterday, so... Okay. Is Alfalfa just not checking the pedestal, or did I just, like, miss it?
I don't think he did. But we do have from Kaizo our medallions, do we?
He did check pedestal earlier, and I was just, okay, sure.
Okay, so that means no fire or Dodongo, so maybe Tenchus is all we need.
Yeah?
And no Shadow Temple, although it's Stone Shadow always finds a way.
Unfortunately, Lost Woods is dead, which inherently means Skull Mask is also dead. I am so sorry. I would love to watch all of the trade questing.
Honestly, so is the slingshot. Even if Kakariko has a slingshot, we don't really care because Lost Woods is foolish.
Yeah, Lost Woods is foolish. It would just be the game going, hey, you need this. And the runner's going, no, we don't.
Kaizo doesn't have ZL and he's the one dipping into the well. I think the bottom of the well is super strong in Season 5 settings because of chest size matches contents.
Yeah.
Particularly if you have ZL, because you can either collect or pick every single check in the well with just those two things. But only Alfalfa has ZL and explosives in case he has to collect something that is bomb locked.
Yeah.
But no storms, and Kaizo has storms, but not the other stuff, so neither of them is fully ready to check the well. Kaizo's saying, it's just 4 checks locked behind ZL. I don't need those. What are the odds that I need one of those? Come on. Fair enough.
Yeah. And having an early storms, it is...
That's one.
Nothing so far.
A key and just a bunch of smaller chests. I didn't quite see that second peak what it was. That's 2 keys.
Oh, that's a good point, Warink, actually. Logically, a slingshot could be required for whatever our spirit path to Baronade is, because if it's boomerang in there, you need a slingshot for that. Logically.
Logically, yes.
Hey, there's a
Okay,
bottle.
there's a bottle in the well. That, honestly, given some of the seeds that have been commented in lately, that is a relief, because some of the logic that bottles can cause is just atrocious.
Yeah, someone in chat asked about, can you get 50 skulls without bombs? And you can. Oh, Alfalfa missed this hint, wherever it was. Sacred Forest Meadow. But we'll be able to at least peek High peak maze?
I mean, Kaizo is still at 3 hearts. Alfalfa just got the 6th. That's something. Maybe you do Darunia just for a 3 heart.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, we're getting Bombshell set up? I love this trick.
Yeah, I enjoy watching Ocarina of Time Randomizer, obviously. Probably wouldn't be here on what is pretty early on a Sunday morning my time if I didn't. But there is just something about watching the keyboard runners and the awe, like how I can barely type. Like,
Same.
This is hard. Alfalfa makes it look so easy.
Now that we're getting fewer races from the main tournament, I've been playing myself more often, and man, I'm rusty. When I started playing the other day, I was so bad. I failed like what was it? I failed child shooting game twice, I think. I failed. I couldn't do some stuff. I don't remember. There was ground jumps. I couldn't ground jump if my life depended on it. Jesus. So,
yeah.
You really do have to keep up with the practice. It's something that goes away very fast. Some of that's muscle memory.
Yeah, I'm very bad at any shooting game in this game, so two or 3 tries sounds great to me.
Honestly, I'm very bad in general, but the shooting games I'm good at. I did end up doing.
Letter.
Okay, so that's not in. Well,
all right.
That
so
might
our
be. Spirit is path to binate. It's likely not something that logs that check, but it honestly might be because we still don't have our logical bomb back.
Yep. Yep, it could be bombs in spirit, it could still be boomerang in spirit, or something directly leading to boomerang instead of that. But yeah.
How are we doing on skulls? 5? Okay. We still don't have many skull hints, so...
Yeah. Yeah, hammer in spirit is an option. Still foolish.
I mean, right now you don't even have enough pieces to even remotely start to try to piece together what the Spirit Temple path hint is, so... It might be hammer, it might be bombs, it might be a slingshot, it might be... I don't know, the long shot, the strength upgrade. Who knows? It can be anything at this point.
I like that.
Segue, that excuse doesn't work because I don't have the sensitivity properly set up in my emulator, which means that, for example, I was doing I was trying to learn the trick where you collect the God's Love from the frozen waterfall with no items, and you have to ESS turn, and my settings means that I cannot ESS turn. It doesn't matter. If I lightly tap the controller, it does literally nothing, or it does a full 90-degree turn, so I cannot ESS turn. But I still win HBA first time every time, 1500 or more. So practice. You get good at stuff if you try to do it over and over again. And guys are collecting his win.
Kirby fan, that is so disgusting. An extended paradox letter.
Okay.
I mean, we already have a bottle, and we've got to be getting pretty close to access to 40 between a bottle and a hook. I know that gets us 30, but...
I mean, with hookshot, yeah, you probably have quite a few spatulas available already. Plus a bottle. Oh, Kaizo's going adult for the first time.
Yep.
Right now? Okay, I thought he'd gone adult at some point.
Nope. Forest Temple to Twin Rova.
Okay. So far, fairly linear, in the sense that you have to go to Forest Temple to beat Twin Rova, to beat Arenade, it seems. I'm not a fan of, like, linear chains of logic like that. Strength lock strength, maybe? Water boss
we don't have ice in logic yet, though. That's what we're talking about. That letter is bomb or hammer locked, and we don't have. There is long shot.
So yeah, that's full water temple access.
All right. Well, we're probably seeing water pretty early here. Then, I'm gonna go ahead and guess.
Yeah, both hookshots are very much in logic, and that scale, where was it?
Scale was Open Grotto in CAC.
Okay, yeah, so everything's in logic. Because scale locks beans for the iron boots.
Well, we spawned like in river, so.
Oh right, never mind. Yeah, so scale doesn't even matter. Yes.
Yeah, the scale. The scale might matter for something, but most of the usual suspects are
logically. Once you have iron boots, scale does nothing.
But yeah, Keizo picked up those irons using beans. Alfalfa is probably just going to use a long shot.
Keizo's about to get his first hook shot. It's always... I always feel bad when one player has, like, hookshot and bombs, or long shot, or whatever, and the other player has nothing. Because I've been there. I've been the guy with nothing.
Yep. And I mean, this is a game of routing, so it just happens that Alfalfa's has been a little stronger thus far. But nothing's over.
That the extended child play didn't pay off.
And Alfalfa is officially done with small chests. He had opened a couple in Midos, so I thought maybe he would keep.
Oh
no.
That looks like P1's keep with extra steps.
Yep.
Okay.
So, like I said, Alfalfa is a keyboard runner, so some of the setups are that you're used to seeing might just look a little different.
Makes sense. Honestly, that C-up lining up with the black line on the ceiling is kind of shaky sometimes, so I might look into how to pull this off.
He's not on an N64. I guess is the simple answer. If you look at the bottom right-hand corner of Alfalfa's screen, you see a frames per second display. He's playing on an emulator.
Don't believe her, chat. Alfalfa's uncle works at Nintendo. He has a special edition of the Nintendo 64.
Dang it. We're not supposed to talk about it.
I can't lie to chat.
My god, there was a keyboard for that screen.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that. So the Deku Trees had our long shot. It's not much, but honestly, at this point, it will totally do. It gives us an entire dungeon to access.
I looked away at chat and Alfalfa beat Goma in that time, so...
I mean,
very. Still paths to more.
Goma is not a boss that you can always one cycle. It can be, the timing can be a bit difficult, but if you do one cycle it, it's just gone in an instant.
Mm-hmm. And Minuet.
Very late Minuet. See, how often is Alfalfa going to play Minuet at this point? Come on. Never.
A lot. Because we have to go do Forest.
That's
at least once.
Name a second time. At least once. Okay. Yeah, but now as a child, he just dives to the left after safe resetting, and as adult, uses Bolero to everywhere except Forest Temple because it's faster.
Mm-hmm. I would say Alfalfa plays Minuet twice. Wants to get the song, and if he doesn't have a strength to do some of Forest with,
Forest
be
is
going back at least a second time.
Forest is path to Spirit, so there might be some convoluted logic where there has to be more than one trip to Forest Temple, and Minuet totally pays off.
Yep. And Chew Strat's here. Oh.
But Bolero is still better. Anyway.
Nice.
Oh, the double kill.
And I do believe there is a big chest on the other side of this door. Doorway. Whatever. After this room. You know what I mean.
Yes, there is a big chest in the... As the second child check.
Oh no!
No! Just reset the room.
I'm just gonna hit that, and you. Nice. Nice. The backup's trash.
The second I throw the pots and it doesn't hit the switch, I just jump into the void and try again. I don't even go for a kind of backup strat. So, props to Alfalfa for saving. Okay, well...
Alright, so...
That's not our path.
Nope.
And Alfalfa still wants some health because 4 hearts for Vajia... Well, we don't have to do with Vajia. Oh, so maybe 4 hearts is all you need. Maybe.
Probably. We probably don't have to do Volvagia.
Probably.
Oh,
okay.
And there is a bow on top of DC.
That's a very easy bow.
Mm-hmm. That's an easy bow and a potentially important bow.
And it makes it less likely that we have to take 2 trips to Forest Temple.
Yep, it's one less thing. We don't need Song of Time anymore. But we still need a strength. And there is Boomerang, so Alfalfa's just gonna go to Jabu, I would assume.
Such boring hints. So straightforward.
Yep, Slingshot officially lacks Boomerang.
And Goma, but who cares? Logic is a suggestion.
Yeah, exactly.
There's probably a Slingshot somewhere. No one's looking for it.
What is our forest path to Twinrova? So, another strength, magic,
Mirror Shield.
Shield.
Bombs. Honestly, you need bombs to beat the Beamers.
Yeah.
Adult side. I don't know.
Just can't be long shot because we already have that.
Right, can't be fire arrows because we already have tins. Nothing in the sand room, and Alfalfa apparently is climbing all the way.
I think there's a big chest back there.
Oh, I can never tell.
Izo's going after it.
That peak is worthless to me. I just cannot see what's up there.
Valley
is foolish.
Dang. Gold's good.
Okay, well.
Alright. Lake isn't foolish. Yeah, no dungeons are foolish, right?
Yep.
Yay. That's not concerning at all. I'd have a great time.
So, we know it's not ID for the song, but there's no foolish dungeon.
Yes, we are saying Stone Shadow could potentially find a way.
Stone Shadow will find a way. Okay, it wasn't a big chest. On the right hand.
A key by the look of it. How does anyone actually see what's in that wall?
Alfalfa thought he saw a big chest. He wouldn't fight through to the right hand if he didn't think it was a big chest. But...
oh, excuse me. Alright, so... I think...
Nice amount of rupees for Alfalfa, about to be ruined for Dumpy.
Yeah. Alfalfa did Composer Grave as...
we're getting a boomerang.
Yeah. Boomerang strats. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's quite a bit higher than I did that.
Okay. And a bit more to the left than I do it. But if I get it within 3 tries, I'm happy, so... fair enough. I mean, trust the first.
Yep, exactly. I would assume this is bottom of the well and 10 skulls. I think Alfalfa should be able to finish off 10 here.
At 7, yes. So there's 3 more that he can collect easily, 4 more if he wants to invest a shoe.
We got Rang now. I think you can use Boomerang up there.
For the Watchtower, Kotla?
I think so?
It might be really tight.
Yeah, still no 50. Bonk.
This is done, but you know, who cares? This is too powerful. Even if you don't have an actual bomb bag, it's probably worth investing some juice into clearing it. At least the front half. Maybe don't do King of Bongo and the back half.
Yeah. All right, 10. What you got for us? $20.
Some cash.
Rang was in Spirit.
Child time. The chests that are locked behind the switch.
Yep, and
Into
technically
the
out of logic still.
Yes, definitely.
Yep, and then Letter, which was in the Wolfos Grotto in Sacred Forest Meadow, also
It's also
still out of logic. Hammer.
Okay,
Which is
still out of
locked
logic.
behind a strength. Still out of logic, but only locked behind a strength. So
A strength or 40 skulls with the bottle, because it's just 2 mud walls that you need to break, and you can just buy blue fire twice. Or is that not in logic?
Hammer is bomb and or strength locked. I just don't know which one. I do not know how anyone does this. I watch them do this with bow, and I'm just astonished.
I find it really easy. Honestly, it's just you shoot to the left, you very purposefully slowly aim somewhere on the left, and you just flick right and shoot. Okay,
Also,
well, not in logic.
Also strength locked, but that's big. So let's go back to that part where you're good at the shooting games and I'm really bad at the shooting games.
Yeah, fair enough.
And how that might be at play when I'm trying to shoot the bomb flowers too. Yep,
I mean,
bombs. Unsurprisingly, lock
steps.
everything again.
When you give me a setup, I can follow the steps, and the shooting games, for some reason, I'm pretty okay at them. But anything else, fighting stout balls or whatever, that's more of an issue. Without a shield, that's kind of impossible. Yeah, I'm commentating for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, first strength being in like early forest before the strength blocks. But it could be magic and it could be mirror shield for our path to Twinrova. Oh, that's true. Frogs one, we have an option there.
My friends, the frogs. The fabulous 5 froggish tenors.
You mean an eyeball frog?
I mean, that is...
Maybe. I would say that at this point, that being first bomb bag, I mean, it was always kind of unlikely, but knowing that there's a hammer and a bomb bag right there in DC, I think it's a little more unlikely now. It's not impossible,
like I said,
no.
We have a bottle, and we have a wallet, and we know where the second wallet is, and it's just manuals. You can just technically, I don't know if it's in logic to do both manuals with blue fire, but technically it might be possible. I don't know. Do we have 40 volts?
I don't think it's in logic.
I doubt it.
I don't know for sure, but
okay, it's not in logic. Got it. Thank God.
Thanks, chat. But yeah, to answer the question, we haven't seen most of Bottom of the Well. Or I guess we have.
Now we've seen all of it.
Yeah, now we've seen all of it.
And yeah, well is bait.
I mean, it does give us a usable bottle, but we already, like, had that.
Yep. It does give us a usable bottle in logic, though. And we didn't have that.
That's true. Alright, so I would guess... I don't even know what to guess as far as where Keizo goes next, honestly. I would think maybe you dip Forest, but without that minuet. I would hope that he would check Requiem first, but...
Hey, Greg! I mean, you do have the hammer, so maybe check the greater area and go to the Lost Woods from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Requiem into Bolero sounds like a reasonable play.
Not Requiem into Minuet?
Well, the initial plan would be Requiem into Bolero. Maybe you Minuet if you want to strictly go into Forest.
Yeah. Then we can count how many times they like Minuet.
So that's a nice love in about shooting Hallelujah.
Yeah,
what are we missing from near 50%?
I don't think we've seen Stone of Agony.
Yeah.
And...
We've seen ice arrows. Anju gave them to us. We've seen Greg. We've seen. We're missing the winner heartpiece as well.
Oh, Stone was on Katie.
Oh, so just the winner heartpiece. I'm not sure how many small chests we're opening, guys.
Yeah, we would have to hope that that is something just given to them, but we're running out of those kinds of items.
Well, I believe in the winner in Lux. There's still time for memes.
Where is our slingshot, though? 20 skulls?
Chickens.
Okay. We doing big pose? That's not a big po. No, and unfortunately, runners rarely do chickens.
For good reason. It's definitely the worst minigame that hasn't been toned down for random. It's not as bad as the vanilla version of the Ocarina game in Lost Woods. That's dreadful. But in random, it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. It's pretty nice. I mix neat and nice. But chickens is just. I'm hoping for season 6 we do like random 3 to 5 chickens or something.
I think that this is just an ingrained meta, and that if everyone just started doing chickens, they would realize it's not that bad. We have no idea, Red. We are speculating that a slingshot could be on chickens, but we have no reason to think that other than CAC Path to Goma. But Kokiri Sword was in CAC, so...
Okay, let's review our paths. We have Spirits to Baronade, because of the boomerang, obviously. We have Graveyard to Morpha, and we have Hookshot and Iron Boots. Hookshot definitely path, Iron Boots potentially path. We have Kakariko to Goma, and that's like a Query Sword, definitely fulfills the path. Maybe Scale or Requiem gives us, well, not Requiem, we've already checked, and not Scale, so yeah, it's the Query Sword. Forest to Spirit, it's a mystery.
Choose on Chew Bowling. And there are hovers in Jabu. Stone Dungeons looking more and more suspicious. And yes, so Iron Boots and Hookshot are both 100% path. You just don't know which one's hinted. Yeah, one of the kind of weird things about long shot logic, if Morpha is the boss you are required to beat, or if you are getting a long shot for Spirit Key logic, both hooks, regardless of if they lock each other or not, can be hinted path. Because both, if they are required, whether logically or just hard required, they both become path, whether they lock each other or not. Colossus was... yeah, Graveyard Morpha. And SFM. I don't think we've seen a third, but maybe.
I don't think so, but yeah, it's a possibility. Guys was about to collect. What was it? It was one of the memes. Greg? It was Greg, right?
It was.
Yes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, here.
Good morning. Lesson learned. So far, Jabu boring as always. It's a very straightforward dungeon, very linear, not many choices. The reason it's not as hated as Forest Temple is that you don't do it as often, and it's shorter, so those are two very important redeeming qualities, but it's still not a good dungeon.
Second least favorite dungeon behind Fire. I hate
Fire! Fire is one of my favorites.
I hate Fire Temple.
I love Fire Temple.
Jabu is just ugly. Like,
It's
the idea
of
having to do all of this inside this giant fish, like, can't do it.
Oh, okay. Right, that's something I don't even consider. That said, happy 1 hour, everyone.
Happy 1 hour.
Say hi to Big Octo. Say bye to Big Octo.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. But yeah, happy 1 hour. It's a great chance to get some shoutouts to the runners that are featured in this weekly, Kaisebro and Alfalfa. Make sure to follow them. Great content, great runners. Shoutouts to Melqui, my co-commentator today, and of course the trackers, Waylon and the Alan Heflin. And of course, if it sounds like something that you might be interested in doing, either commentary or tracking, it's something that you can apply for. We're always welcoming any new volunteers. There's a form that you can just fill in with just some basic stuff and join in. It's a great experience. I've been doing this for like a month and a half, and it's been great fun. So I still recommend it.
Yeah, come hang out with us. And thank you. I forgot to ask earlier. It's Ponsari, right? Ponsari.
Yes.
Ponsari. Okay.
Yes. I chose a name that was kind of readable in most languages that I'm semi-familiar with. Because anything else that I thought that would be very easily readable in Spanish was going to be butchered in English. Because English reading rules are weird. The three that exist.
Fair.
See, Foster has the chops to be in commentary with those kinds of points.
Exactly. Alright, Alfalfa is fighting Baronade, and Gezo is in Child Spirit. Will be picking up that boomerang. Is still missing Letter from taking Forest Meadow Strato.
Nice kill on Baronade. Not the cleanest, but it was just maybe a second lost over the perfect fight. It was really, really good.
Got anything? Stick?
Sticks.
Stick upgrade?
At this point, even if it's a stick upgrade,
no.
you get it. You've done Deku, you've done Javu, you've done well. I mean,
yeah, you don't really need that anymore. You've done Child Spirit, all of it.
yeah.
Alright, we're going after some hints here. And a skull.
A repeat of OoT. Not the info we want. We want to see the 50 skull hint.
Yep. Staring at Alfalfa's hearts, and I'm like, didn't he have like 6 at one point? But he must have save scummed Goron City.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, we still don't have a 50 hint, and that is getting kind of concerning.
Okay, that was just $50 in the lake.
Yep.
I couldn't see earlier with the low resolution restream and during the nighttime. And Kaizo is also fighting, so apparently that chest really looks like a big chest from down below.
Yeah, that's strange, because with chest size matches contents, what I have heard from multiple runners is if it makes you wonder if it's a big or a small chest, it's gotta be small, because the big chests are so comically large.
That's fair.
But apparently this peak makes it even harder to gauge.
That's pretty common in the early days of 3D games. Over-exaggerating everything is a good way to make sure that everything's visible and distinguishable.
Yeah, I don't think we need Nocturne on that path list, because our other hookshot was in Deku Tree.
I still remember those early Harry Potter games. The faces on... Okay, there is
So
that.
bad.
The faces of the characters, those were nightmarish. I mean,
Yep. Alright, Keizo going back into the well. Unfortunately, we know there is nothing down here for him, but during the first dip, there was no Zeo,
Unless you really
no
have to.
explosives.
Unless you really have to, I'm really not a fan of double dipping well in Season 5. But, you know, the Zeo locked chests are... One of them is pickable and fast, and it was just a game, so you don't come back for it. The other one is just... The other two are fairly slow, so probably not worth getting right now.
Yep.
So if you don't collect everything in one trip, it's basically as bad as chickens to come back to the well.
Basically.
Yes, that's the bar. That's what I compare everything to.
Basically,
it's worth on chickens. It's not worth it.
Gonna wait
chickens
until
can be beautiful and tasty, but that doesn't mean that I want to collect them from.
I think
all
that's
over
about the Harry Potter games.
Oh, okay. Right.
Those are about the Harry Potter game faces.
Yeah. They were something. But it was surprisingly good games.
Our horse is waiting for us in Sacred Forest Meadow. So, Alfalfa is gonna dip in here, I guess. It's only 2 checks without Song of Time or bow. But it is an extra skull.
A bow from on top of DC? Wow.
Alfalfa, no.
Nah, at this point you kind of have to either reset the room or just kill them.
Alright, so Keizo is going to be going and doing Deku Tree, it looks like.
I mean, you have Kokiri Sword, there's no reason not to do Deku Tree. The only reason Deku isn't the most powerful dungeon anymore is because there is a requirement to enter.
And we'll probably be just going through Jabu immediately after Deku. Because he'll be getting Rudo's letter here.
Yep. Very convenient. So nothing on the first check. First temple.
Nope.
And
I am very curious where our strength or our bombs. Where is the logic here?
Yeah, we're still missing a hint, right above hint.
Yep.
On top of the 50 skull hint, which is terrifying.
So we are unlikely to have the hook shots hinted again. Because or Phantom Ganon neither would be path because they don't lock each other.
Right.
We saw a bow that was Spear 0, but we haven't seen any others, so the bow could be path.
Which would be very boring, because it is Spear 0. So it can't be indirectly hinted, which gives us some info. If it's just DMT path to Phantom Ganon, then young. The only spicy hint that we might get is something pointing to strength.
Yeah. But we already know that we are likely to find either another strength or mirror shield.
So if
or
strength
magic
is not
in forest.
So if strength is not path, then if strength is not path, I don't know what I was gonna say. Never mind. I have a brain fart.
Alright, so Alfalfa gonna take advantage of these hovers, take advantage of the one key that he got.
Oh yeah, if strength is in the path, then we're probably getting a hint to Rudolph's letter, which once again, as the double hint to marinate or something.
Yep. And yes, newbie, the items that we refer to, all of the strengths, the long shots, the wallets, etc., are progressive items. So whichever one you find first, that's going to appear and function as your strength 1, for example, or as your hook shot.
It didn't used to be. There was a time before progressive strength and progressive hookshot and all of that.
But today, it is not this day.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I think before even season 1. We still don't know where our logical bombs are, Renzo, so...
Yeah, so
not
bombs...
to bow. Bow is sphere 0, so that part is wrong. To hammer, probably.
Yeah, it could... The hammer and the bombs that Keizo has are both only strength locks or bomb locks, whichever we end up finding.
And the island chest is just a small chest, so...
Yeah,
nothing...
GTG is in logic. Which is scary. And Alfalfa really needs to kind of climb up the mountain and find that bow.
Yeah, it's scary for Alfalfa because he doesn't have a bow, but once he gets the bow, then GTG is actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The bow is kind of surprisingly useless throughout the game, but in GTG it's one of the better items. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh no.
No.
Alfalfa might have had. Yeah. This could very well be a GTG play from Alfalfa.
No, it was so close.
Yeah.
You were right there, Alfalfa. Come on.
Your bow is just up that mountain, so are your bombs and a hammer. The rest of the GTG kit. Most of which you don't actually need because you have juice. Taking Epona is interesting though. Maybe this is Lake.
Yeah, it doesn't look like GT. It doesn't look like Gerudo area to me. But okay, maybe Alfalfa is thinking that Water Temple blocks everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I think that's a fair play to do. Go to water, do some thinking while you're there. Hope that you don't need a bow to beat it.
Ew. That would be bad.
That would be bad.
Just a repeat of Forest Temple to Roba. These hints. Why is it always 50 that's just MIA?
I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. It's also possible that you require a strength to do Water Temple. So that bow and that strength are still potentially going to stop Alfalfa from progression here as well.
Water Temple is already bad. If you don't have everything, you need to check it. then I don't like this play.
Especially with no serenade. But, you know, adult fishing, top of lab, and lab dive are all chances to be another bow or our strength. And if it is here, if our strength is here in particular, that's very helpful for us because that's everything in logic.
There are potentially 3 bomb bugs, 3 bows, 3 strengths, a hammer, all potentially waiting for you in DC. Technically also Mirror Shield, although that's probably in Forest Temple. That or one of the strengths. But still, there's so many items in such a dense location. I know he has something to choose, but I don't know. It's a weird play. I'm not saying it's bad. With 2 choose, maybe it's not reasonable to attempt to clear DC.
I would say going DC with no indication that any of it is in logic other than clearly these items exist. It was risky for Keizo to go. Obviously it paid out because he had enough shoes to get to that bomb bag. But Alfalfa doesn't even have that.
Where did Keizo get the second shoe pack? Because he had over 10 at some point.
Yeah.
The child shooting gallery was just a 10 pack.
I don't remember. But, I mean, it's possible that Alfalfa is going to reverse by choose and then go to DC.
Honestly, Virgil, if you take the whole trip down to Lake Hylia, at this point, I check back all the lake hints. See if the path is there and it gives me a clear indication of where I have to go. Or if I see a 50 skulls is Mirror Shield hint and just know to go out of my way to collect every skull that I'm remotely close to.
Yeah, that no 50 is concerning. Ugh, this way. Not there, just climb up. Nope.
No, you can't. I've seen it. I've seen one person climb without killing the way once.
Yeah.
Ever.
And you're just watching it happen, like, how?
It's possible. I've seen it once. But it's possible. Still don't go for it.
Alright, so Alfalfa, I don't believe, has found the gold scale yet, but we do know that this is in logic.
No, if he doesn't have the bow on top of DC, he doesn't have the gold scale in the maze in Garden City.
Sorry, say that again?
The gold scale was in the maze in Goro City, so if he doesn't go to DMT to collect the bow, I don't think he goes to the maze to collect whatever's back there.
Oh, no, I mean, I know Alfalfa doesn't have gold scale. I was just saying he doesn't know that it's in logic, but it is. So, and yeah, lens. Useless hinted dead lens.
Yeah. Not chess game, not crossing.
Yeah, not crossing, not chess game. Just helpful for me if I get my timings off in like Shadow Temple. Like maybe you whip that bad boy out.
That one room with the moving platform.
Yep, I can't see the platform.
I get it. I agree with you. I honestly like to void out in the seal spikes room, just to set up a timing for the moving platform. And if I void out, I appear much closer than the entire other side of the gigantic room.
You're right. Gold scale is not in logic. Did either of them... I suppose Keizo would have been the more likely one to do it. Did Keizo do Link the Goron?
Probably. Alfalfa used 2 chews. Just for a small key in Water Temple. I really don't agree with this. I was saying, whatever, this might be better, this might be worse. I definitely don't agree that if you don't go to DC because you don't have enough chews, that you waste 2 chews on 1 key in Water Temple when you're likely to find many others on the way.
Oh, and we don't have a strength where the other keys might be. I'm not saying I like agree or disagree with you, but I am saying I think there is a reason that you do that, and it's because most of the other checks you can't do.
I think if that's your reasoning, then you don't come to Water Temple. But even then, you wait until you're locked out of the loop, the Darkling loop, and the boss key room before you actually spend so many resources on just a small key that is very likely to be replaceable. Okay, is that in logic?
That's
it is,
in
right?
logic.
Okay, so that's everything in logic now.
There's our bomb bag. Alrighty.
I still don't agree with the choose, but whatever. Moving swiftly along.
I mean, Alfalfa can't finish water. Likely.
I mean, these bombs aren't hinted, at least so far, and I'm not saying that means that they're not the only possible first logical bomb back, but Bigoran is still out there. There might be a claim check
not
somewhere
bomb locked. Yeah.
that is not bomb locked. SFM, path to Barinade.
So there's our double. So we are not getting a Phantom Ganon hint today.
Yeah. Yep. Of course, the letter.
Which, again, makes sense. That bow was pretty accessible. It should mean that there's another one accessible. I do believe that also means that we will not have a path strength in Forest. We're finding either a Mirror Shield or a magic there.
I'm disappointed, Randobot. I mean, the spiciest hint is the 50 Skulls hint, and it's only spicy because it doesn't show up.
I mean, 50 is still not out. 50 for first strength would be absolutely disgusting.
Right,
impossible.
but the only reason 50 is spicy right now is because it's not available. It's not anywhere with Jet. If 50 is just is nothing, then there are no spicy hints other than the location of the 50 Gossip Stone.
Mm-hmm. Which at this point is like Castle 2 and back up
3. Castle 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, they have storms. They could go get Castle 3 if they really wanted.
Honestly, if your last location is 50 Skulls, then if you have like 5 checks left in the world and you just hard locked by whatever item, Mirror Shield, for example, then maybe you go and collect hints, hoping to knock the 50 Skulls out of the way.
Yeah. Well, Castle 3 is even more, like, exciting then, because if you do Castle 3, you get a skull and a hint.
You get a skull, right.
All right.
You can even get the small islands called as child while you're doing Back of Lake. I mean, you know. Link the bottom. That's my favorite setup, using Link's body as like a hitbox. And that's where the chills came from. Right. I remember that. Yeah. Duh.
Yeah, everything... I agree. Strength 1 on 50 skulls, let's go. We haven't seen 20 yet either, unfortunately. You know what else we haven't seen? Chickens.
What? No thanks.
Chickens.
Foolish Bobby.
Oh, we haven't seen this hint either. Yeah.
So maybe...
Hi, TJ. Oh, it's big, yeah, and Alfalfa has hovers.
Yep. And it's in logic because bombs give you hammer.
I don't think... I'm...
Okay, third try, that's pretty good.
I don't think it should be strength 2. There is magic. Okay.
Oh, we need that.
Yeah.
For sure.
So maybe my reasoning is wrong here, but we should not have a path strength. Because we didn't get a Phantom Ganon hint. We got a second Baronade instead. We shouldn't be finding strength 2 in Forest.
Yeah, that makes sense. There have to be at least 2 strengths that are logically available without blocking each other. And that could be strength 1 both. So yeah, we have strength 2 available. But either of them, if we only have... But if strength 2 still locks strength 3... Nah, but they still cannot. Well, they're both path to spirit. So a strength in, for example, that is blocked by strength.
50
okay,
is
50
a Goron tuning.
Nice. But yeah, if the second strength is no. It can't be locked by the first one because then the first one will be path to forest. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, fire. Fire is a good play. Honestly, we have the Shadow Kit too. Ice. Everything is open. GTG.
Yeah. Honestly, going fire when it's not a required medallion and you have GTG access, I don't know if it's a good play. I mean, you have Polar, you can go there anytime you want. I think GTG is a stronger play.
Yeah. Alfalfa's gonna be mad about this bomb bag.
He looks confused in his face cam. Very fluffy.
It's like, are you seeing something other than this, like, air?
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's Alfalfa, right?
Yeah, that's Alfalfa. Totally.
Good. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like for there not to be a hinted strength path, it means that there's 2 strengths available.
And that's 20 skulls for Alfalfa, which is the last skull he needs.
It's gonna be our slingshot.
It looked like it wasn't close enough.
We already saw all of Forest we can do without a strength. And yeah, we have all of the always hints and the sometimes hints that could have invalidated it. But
And
since
the
we
path
have
hints
no...
and the foolish hints.
Yeah. It's just not getting a Phantom Cannon path should mean that they're... Oh no, Alfalfa. Yeah.
Yeah, there's true strength available, and Forest Temple either has or locks the mirror shield.
Yeah, because that hammer...
Because we found nothing in Forest Temple and everything else is strength locked, which means it's strength 2 locked, since both strengths are available. So there can't be anything, there can't be a path to either strength in Forest Temple.
Yes, something could definitely be on Big Pose. Maybe Alfalfa got Big Pose. One of them was trying to do Big Pose.
I'm not sure.
I think it was Keizo. The Keizo hasn't picked up Epona's yet. No!
No.
This is fine, it's a small chest.
Sick entrance. Superhero landing.
No, but I would say we're likely to see one or both of those very quickly here. Hammer rocks? No, Valley's foolish. Never mind.
I'm assuming Kaizo did punch rolling right now. I missed it completely.
I think he did that earlier and it was just choose. Choose and nothing.
And yep, that's definitely Alfalfa.
Yeah! The hero of chat picking up the meme items. Let's go. Alright, so... having a bow makes this go a little differently for Keizo, but... Ooh, we're getting that 20 skull check. Like adult shooting first. What you got, 20 skulls? Money.
Just more money.
Oh, and there's way too much available. I'm still gonna say that it's chickens just cuz, but...
I'm still thinking GGG. Maybe you do like the bottom floors of Quiet Temple because the top floor stuff is locked by strength anyway.
Oh no, Alfalfa.
I've been there.
The blue ones are so bad.
nice.
Oh. Alright, I think we are getting a very spicy decision here from Alfalfa. This looks...
Stone Shadow finds a way.
Stone Shadow, will it find a way? We're seeing it, obviously, but will something be here? I mean, you have so many things open now. Everything is available.
Yeah, that logical bomb back essentially put everything in logic. Yeah, everything.
Yep. And the one thing I will say about Stone Shadow is there's a lot more of it that isn't strength locked.
That is true.
Than say fire.
A potential problem is that this is a dungeon that you really finish in one go. So whenever you decide to dip out, that's as far as you're collecting in here.
Yeah, AD isn't fully in logic yet until we find our first strength. We don't care about the song at all. It's nice.
I mean, we know for sure AD will be in logic at some point because we definitely need that strength.
Yeah. Yep. 2 strengths are required today because Spirit Temple. Yeah, once Keizo finishes up these early forest checks, we'll see where he decides to go, and...
Yeah...
I'm guessing it's not gonna be Shadow, because he doesn't have that magic from Goron City Maze yet.
Right, although he did pick the chest in the left side of Maze, so he should know that it's a big chest. So, how soon will he go back to Goron City?
Oh, that was
I don't
swag
know.
there.
Will he go to Water Temple? Spirit and GTG?
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep.
In terms of density, GTG is one of the best dungeons in the game.
Yeah. That's one of the tough things about this. Like, there's no bad play. Because everything at this point is, like, equally likely to have the strengths you're looking for. And if we have puzzled the logic together, they could very well be in 2 separate places.
I mean, there's not much logic to puzzle together, to be honest. Roundabout gave us some very clear and straightforward hints. The only thing we haven't solved is our forest path, but really, there will be Mirror Shield or something that locks Mirror Shield, so it's not much of a mystery.
It should be our Mirror Shield, or, like you said, something that locks Mirror Shield, which at this point is very little. Haunted Wasteland. It could be here. Keizo doesn't have magic, though.
Very true. I mean, you still have to... It's just one check. I mean, what are the odds? I've said this before.
Why would our strengths ever be on chickens in Haunted Wasteland?
Yeah.
Randobot is gonna rando.
Are we gonna get some Dins rats? Yeah, love it. I don't think it's fast. It's faster than just nutting the spiders, but I love these strats.
rooftop there by the looks of it.
Oh, lens struts. We're gonna pick the chest inside the jail. See, it's worth killing these enemies. Oh,
might have just
we're gonna kill
equipped
the
it.
enemies in it.
Yeah, might have just equipped it for the next room.
I mean, once you see there's a small key, then why not use lens just to see if that's a small chest? Whatever. 21? Oh, Alfalfa does have the info on Sculptors, doesn't it?
Yes. Alfalfa should know 30, 40, and 50 are all technically dead.
I guess he forgot he already had 20, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't think he cares enough about the wallets to collect 20 more Sculptors.
I can't imagine, but you never know.
That's my favorite strat for HBA. Fairly easy, super fast. Easier than it looks, chat. If you have troubles with HBA,
hey, slingshot.
That's in logic pretty early.
Yep, that could very well be our first slingshot. I forgot that we didn't actually have a slingshot yet to put everything in real logic, but
I think that means that Mirror Shield has to be in Forest Temple because there's literally nothing else that could be in Forest Temple.
yeah, except like Strength 3. Which
Ew. But yeah, I guess.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Mirror Shield that we're finding there. Is there a prize for logical first place? Alright. We're gonna see some say go here. Retain the keys. Oh, there's another magic.
Oh. So we're not going to see some saves coming. Guys is definitely hitting that.
I mean, depending on what this is, yeah. Okay. Going back out.
I mean, you need magic. You have no idea what the other magic is. You have to keep this.
I mean, in theory, Keizo should know that he's either looking for a magic or a mirror shield in Forest at this point, so...
Forest doesn't lock any song, so Forest can't really be logging this magic, I don't think.
Slingshot!
Or is there something
Another
in Forest?
slingshot!
Oh, well. Okay. Great.
Okay, so we have 2 slingshots now. And since...
I'm thinking about, is that magic possibly going to lead Keizo astray in terms of what is in Forest Temple? Because Alfalfa knows at this point that it has to be Mirror Shield. But is there a possibility without the knowing that there's another magic out there, that something that leads to some time might be in Forest Temple? I don't think that changes much, but
So...
to be honest, the logic is a bit too straightforward for my taste. I'm trying to piece together stuff that doesn't need to be pieced together.
I think hovers were in Ring Chest. Some were in Jabu for sure.
Yeah, they were in Jabu, in the backside of Jabu, yes.
Shoot, I had a thought. What was my thought? You're talking about the magic leading Keizo astray.
Whether the slingshot is first logical slingshot, probably something about that. You're asking about whether hovers were in the vanilla run.
Oh, I was just reading chat. I was
okay.
just reading chat on that. I know I was
Kaizo
gonna say...
so far is happy with the GTG visit, but in terms of new knowledge for us, there's really not much here.
Oh, I think I was gonna say Alfalfa probably shouldn't be in the back of Shadow because he shouldn't find a strength here. I think that's what I was gonna say.
Okay, fair enough. You know, my brain fart earlier was about saying that the last path hint is probably hinting to that letter, and it was exactly right in the end. So, if you get there, it's was it like Miyamoto? Like a good game, late a late game is eventually good. An early game is like bad forever or something.
Yeah.
Like if you rush something, it's just bad forever.
Yeah. So yes, you can hookshot the ladder at the back of Shadow here, and you do need the sling logically to get the boomerang. But I'm not sure if that's true, given what we know about the bomb bag location. Oh, you're right, Vidya. There were not any keys there, so Shadow isn't actually strength locked. You're right, you're right.
Oh, a big chest in the Spike's room. I missed it. The stream is frozen for me. Did you catch it? Did you catch the big chest in Alfalfa's stream?
Nope, I'm watching the same thing you are. Unfortunately, it froze. But I see a strength marked on Alfalfa's personal tracker.
Okay, that's interesting.
So, that big chest was our strength, I think. So thanks, Vidya, for pointing out that this wasn't actually strength locked. Yep, so we can see Alfalfa's personal tracker on our portion of the restream, and he does have strength 1 marked now. So I think we can go ahead and mark that.
Yeah, in Shadow the only room that's strength lock is the Crusher room, right? Yeah.
It just depends if there's keys. Yeah, it depends if there's keys there or not. So the upper part is strength locked, but since there were no keys up there, none of this is. Which Vidya was kind enough to point out, because I'm dumb.
Fair enough.
And yeah, Stone Shadow found a way.
Stone Shadow always finds a way.
Thank you, Tracker. Yeah, that first bomb bag and that strength.
To be fair, that's not necessarily strength 1. That can be strength 1 or strength 2.
Yeah.
Neither strength locks each other, so...
Yep.
It's still kind of disgusting, but...
Yeah.
The important reason why this isn't strength locked is because otherwise the state makes no sense, or this would have to be strength 2 locked, right? Because there can't be the first 2 strength can't lock each other.
Yep.
So it was just more about piecing the logic together than about this being strength 1 specifically.
Yep. So what we're kind of looking for now then is
honestly Forest Temple. Just finish it, get your path item, and then you have to find strength 2 at some point, but for now you have progression to do.
I'm guessing that's what we see Alfalfa do, is go do progression dungeon in forest, get that mirror shield, and do the thinking, do I go fire or do I go ice or do I go GTG?
Right.
We saw GTG, what we could of it. Song of Time, I believe, is strength 2 locked at this point, right? Potentially. Or it's 50-50. We don't know which one's on Burning Cack, but... And clear water after forest.
Is Ice the other song that we don't have info on? Yeah.
Yes.
So either Burning Cack or Ice is a Serenade on Son of Time.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I think that's still good information though, because if Song of Time is strength 2 locked, it gives you... It just is more info.
Yeah, it means that strength 2 cannot be locked by Song of Time, which means that anything that's locked by Song of Time is less likely to contain another strength.
Right, especially for GTG. We already saw Keizo go through there, get a magic.
Yeah, Alfalfa doesn't need that magic, so...
No, exactly. And Alfalfa, it's not going to be the quickest of forests, but has already done through Courtyard here, so it'll be a little faster. A little less forest for people. Oh my god, I just had a disgusting thought. What if 40 Skulls is logically required? Did we see a Zora tunic?
I think we did. I'm pretty sure we did. No clue when.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it was if we did see one. But imagine 40 Skulls is logically required for the other strength on Central Pillar.
I think we're going to check soon.
I'm so game for some trashy logic like that.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm all for it too.
And water does have a key behind the block there.
But
this is kind of looking bad for wherever our boss key is. Because boss key is not vanilla in water, right? We got a hint for that?
Yes, we got a hint for the vanilla boss key. I think it was there. I'm pretty sure it was there, yes.
Yeah, because we're kind of down to Dark Link and Central Pillar here. Because we don't have Song of Time. And, I mean, Alfalfa will be able to go do Dragon Chest the vanilla way with that string.
Central Pillar with 2.5 hearts. That's bold.
Yeah, that's bold.
Very bold.
Not even peeking it. And there is our mirror shield.
Yawn.
I think we had fun puzzling together that it was going to be mirror shield in here.
Fair enough, but still, Roundabout had... I'm not sure how many choices Roundabout had about the hints at this point right now. No! That clan just decided to troll Kaizo, and Kaizo decided to just grab a few hearts, dip out, and have an extra 10 seconds to win the fights in the next attempt.
Yeah. Or maybe peek it.
With an extra, what is it, like 16 seconds, I mean, you have plenty of time to win the fight. Yep, 16 seconds.
I think when you're beating Goma, there's not a thought in your mind that I'm gonna have to go do Central Pillar in this, so I need to grab this heart container. Like, that's a thought that goes through my mind, certainly, because I am terrible at doing Central Pillar.
I hate the clowns. What are they called, even? I don't think I've ever looked it up.
It could very well be a Strength 2 and Fire. I would be very here for a fully Oops AD seed.
Just a small key in Central Pillar.
Which?
We had two separate strengths that we had to find at some points, but right now there's one, potentially two more in the wild. Is this like something that we should make a bet on for chats?
Where the other strength is?
Where the other strength is?
At
this point we can even bet on light arrows, because
I think lights is a better bet.
Just in case there's two strengths out there. Fair enough. There might be all three strengths might be available.
Yeah. Alright, we are seeing our Dark Link fight. But yeah, I feel like in Keizo's case, totally honestly, not memeing, I think going ice is a better play for Keizo with the information that he has. Because it does give us another song. It tells us, okay, is Song of Time actually locked behind that Strength 2? I don't need to follow those things. It is for non-strength locked checks. And it's, you know, chest size matches content, so it's really fast.
First of all, happy 2 hours, everyone. But if ice is your next play, I think you do ice before coming to Water Temple, because you have a 50-50 chance to get Serenade to come here faster, or Son of Time to check River check, which seems to be our boss key chest.
Yay! So... River or Dragon chest? Nice. Nice.
Honestly, whether it's a faster access to Water Temple on a return trip, or it's just Son of Time itself, I think the ice play is very tempting right now. I agree with you. Mm-hmm. Either song is helpful. We need to come back to Water Temple with the Song of Time, so both songs are useful.
Keizo is doing Crater Fairy here, which is new for us.
Probably Fire Temple. Maybe even no, Keizo did. Oh, both of them finished the dongle.
Yes. Sure did. Oh, that's the wrong gold. Yeah, exactly. Water could be your last dungeon. I think Keizo's thinking about that big chest he peeked in the maze here. Gonna find the other magic.
Yeah, Ice Cavern has a 50% chance to have a song you want and a 50% chance to have a song you need. So yeah, Ice is definitely a good play. And Keizo knows that 50 skulls are dead. Medigoron was the one with the info.
And this does look like an ice play.
It makes sense. It's so weird to see the boulder intact.
Yeah.
That was that was
when you got
early...
a foolish lost woods.
Yeah.
Oh, I do wonder if Alfalfa... Okay, Alfalfa stopped collecting skulls now. That's good.
Okay. He probably thought he only had 19. Just making sure that he had 20.
Yep. Oh, I didn't count King Zora in my... It's 5 bolt checks. Oh no, it's still 4 because Iron Boots chest was hinted. That's a good point, Virgil. We're still looking for a path hint, which I don't believe Keizo has seen the SFM to Barony. I think only Alfalfa saw that.
I'm loving these keyword strats for side jumps and back jumps and neutral rolls. Yeah, I think it's a good choice to let that one go. From that angle, I don't think you're ever going to win that tennis match. Very, very clean fight from Alfalfa. Not 0 or 1 side goal, but you know, for regular strat, that was as clean as it gets, honestly. And more money.
So, Virgil, the horse did actually get us a slingshot on horseback archery, which was required to get our boomerang in Spirit. So, both Letter and Epona's, as far as we know.
There's 2 items that are required. Well,
yeah. Yeah.
We started inside of domain, so there's 2 items that are required really for Javus, and those items were directly in the hinted areas of the path. So, yeah.
There we go, Keizo. All right, what is this big chest? Oh, and Alfalfa's back here. I was worried he was gonna totally just forget this check, even though it's nothing.
Well,
another slingshot. Alright, we know where all the slingshots are.
Nice.
That's super funny. That has been available for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, just yell and Brutus, yeah. Well, actually, we needed bombs for that Brutus letter, so it's been available, but not logically for that long. It took us a while to get that first bomb back.
I could not
logically
tell
anyway.
What was in that ice. Alfalfa is looking for strength 2 and lights. Oh, but this is a check Keizo was unable to do while reversing. We'll see it from Alfalfa here. Maybe Keizo came back for it. Yes, neither of them has lights. There is our strength.
Oh no, you were 100% right. Oh, no. Why did I doubt you? First with the iron boots, then with the silver gauntlets. Did you have access to a kind of spoiler log that I don't know about?
I definitely do not.
Are you sure?
Other strength on chickens, let's go.
Honestly, at this rate, I'm not gonna question it. I mean, I'm just accepting that the strength 3 is in chickens.
That is so unfortunate. Yes,
so
Alpha is now in glow mode and we'll just be doing progression. And I assume we will see Alfalfa check burning cack before going to water.
Yeah, probably.
Because there's still a chance that this is Song of Time and ice is required anyway. But Alfalfa will just kind of power through it.
Like I said, if it's Song of Time, Alfalfa will do Water Temple. If it's Serenade, Alfalfa will be able to go back to Water Temple much faster. So it works either way.
Winner!
Hey, 1%!
And it is Song of Time. Okay.
Ice is required, which means that the winner Harpies is also mandatory this time around.
Winner!
We were doubting. We thought, we're gonna stay at 4 out of 5 this time around. We're not completing min percent. No, it was mandatory to complete min percent.
That's amazing. Okay, there is an out for Alfalfa here because, like I was saying, Keizo does not have a strength and could not do Dragon Chest the vanilla way. So Alfalfa could potentially choose to go finish clearing out water.
I mean, Alfalfa is 100% going to full clear water before going to ice.
So what happens with the winner heart piece is it's the treasure chest game piece of heart in vanilla. So when you open the chest, it says winner, and that text just follows that item.
The thing is, I still think Alfalfa has a big advantage because there's an entire forest temple, half of a forest temple that Kaizo needs to do compared to like an ice cavern, which is maybe comparable. And even if Alfalfa doesn't, Kaizo had first win in water temple, so he doesn't have to travel there. Yep. Oh, that's convenient. That makes things more interesting. I'm not sure anymore. Wow. Yeah.
So the strengths that we have seen, Haunted Wasteland and one in the back of Shadow where the vanilla boss key is. And I don't know that looks gilded to me. Oh, yes it is. Good.
Yes. So, Song of Time, hard required.
Yep. Song of Time is hard required, so Alfalfa will definitely have to do ice. And just a small key there. So Morpha's an item, I think. I think that's all our keys. Because Dark Link is a key.
Yeah, if Darkling was a key, then yeah, then Morpha 100% has to be a key. An item. Because then, otherwise you have to... there are 2 small keys locked behind the Darkling loop, and that's 5 key locked, so that's not possible. Morpha has to be an item. Water Temple key logic is not something that comes up very often, but it's definitely interesting because there are essentially 2 routes that need 2 keys each, plus 1 useless, worthless key at the bottom of Water Temple that no runner has ever used in the settings that we use here. And there are 6 keys in the temple, so it's fairly straightforward. Anything that's locked behind a set of 2 keys, that means the vanilla boss key chest or the Darkling loop, specifically Darkling and the river chest, because the dragon chest you can get with no keys. All 3 of those items are locked behind 5 keys. 5 keys, because they might be the last key door that you open. So behind in the vanilla boss key chest, in the vanilla long shot chest, and in the vanilla river chest, between those 3 chests there can only be 1 small key at most. And if there's a boss key, then Morpha is also behind that, so between Morpha and those 3 chests there can only be 1 small key. So if the small key is in Darkling, then the other 3 have to be items. And there are only 4 items in Water Temple, so, if you can't full clear Water Temple, it's terrible. If you can full clear it, it's still not very good. It's a bad temple. Or random, at least.
Those eye drops.
Oh, no.
Shoot the sun.
Okay.
Why? It could very well be the other strength being in fire is still not out of the question. All right, Keizo is going to shadow by the looks of it.
Oh, right, he needs to do most of Shadow Temple as well. No, yeah, this is definitely an advantage for Alfalfa.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and refresh here, hoping that I get a little more of Alfalfa's
I think he's
speed.
down. I think Alfalfa's just down.
Okay. Okay, well, Alfalfa is, fighting Twin Rova. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that she's trolling pretty hard.
As they do.
And I'm guessing Keizo's gonna go straight into Forest after doing Shadow here. Find that Mirror Shield. I am concerned if Keizo actually thinks of Haunted Wasteland, honestly.
Yeah, it's a bit isolated, and even if he does almost immediately, I still think Alfalfa has a bit of an edge in terms of how much he has left to clear. Depending on whether lights are outside of my castle or inside my castle, locked by strength 3, that's the only way to kind of even things out, depending on where the other strength is.
And then it's just a race to see which does chickens first.
Exactly. We already know where the other strength is.
We don't actually, but we're just going under the assumption that the last strength is on chickens.
I'm not doubting you ever again. If you say it's on chickens, it's on chickens.
Oh, okay. So Twin Rova getting serious now.
Yeah, they completely froze.
Yep, so serious they froze.
His stream froze as well.
Oh.
I think Kotake is the ice witch, and Gome is the fire witch. I need to learn that.
Honest, I don't know. I do not know.
Yes.
Yeah, Twin Rovo was like, you know what? No, not today. I refuse to go out quietly today.
I mean, the stream moved past this freeze frame, but this is a really good freeze frame, so
yeah,
we just have to go back to it. No pun intended.
It's in chat for the stream.
Hey.
But yeah, I mean, we'll come back to Alfalfa after he's defeated Spirit, probably, and see if
back to the freeze frame.
Back to the freeze frames.
Gome spun around a few times and then just back to being frozen.
Funny how that can happen. Twins being 20 years apart. That tracks.
So according to the tracker, Alfalfa just collected Serenade, which means that he's checked the Burning Caxon.
Mm-hmm. Which makes sense. Like we were saying, gets you to water faster.
Yeah, and my guess is that he's heading straight to Water Temple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, having that strength, you're risking only River Chest, which unfortunately we know is Bosky.
At least you have Serenade, so it's not the worst.
Yeah, and I'm guessing Alfalfa is going to do exactly what Keizo did and just set FW.
I mean, once you have Serenade, it doesn't really matter all much.
Yeah, but why waste
time?
The only
thing you can do, the only thing you really do different is that you go mode Ice Cavern, which means you skip one room, but still.
But looking for lights, I don't know if you do that. I think it's worth just peeking in. Alfalfa has 2 or 3 bottles. Yes, Alfalfa is in glow mode, meaning he doesn't have light arrows. And we don't know where those are. They could be strength 2 locks in GTG. They could be in fire.
Hey, string. Alfalfa is back up, for me at least. For now.
Oh, that's true. He's not technically in go mode without Song of Time.
Well, he knows where Song of Time is.
He knows where it is, though, yeah.
I mean, at this point, when you're not checking random checks, when you know all the info you need to go, go mode and glow mode are relative made-up terms. Don't really mean much. So I think it's fair, if you have the info on the check, even if you haven't collected it, you are in go mode, or glow mode, or whatever.
Yep. And this is Dragon Chest. So he'll be getting the bad news pretty quick.
Well, quick. As quick as Water Temple gets, I mean.
So quick.
We're going back in time. Remember, this is a Ocarina of Time. There's a lot of time travel involved. Don't freak out, don't panic, it's fine. Normal gameplay. Well, these are our 2 feature runners, but how are the rest of the runners going? I don't see any finishes from the bots.
Makes sense.
Do we have people who have dropouts? Has anyone decided not happening?
Probably not quite yet. Usually, unless there's been some technical difficulties, people wait until the first finisher to give up. But alright. Seeing that small key, saying nope, don't need that today. And probably headed to Central Pillar.
There's another small key here, if I remember correctly. Yep.
Alright, getting another little time jump here.
Oh, Teen Struts. Okay. Fancy.
I like it.
But now you're out of magic. Now you cannot set up Farore's Wind.
That's true.
I guess Alfalfa wanted to just do the central level with the water up.
But, I don't know.
I mean, you skipped having to play CL once, but is it really worth it? I think the Forest Wind is more valuable than this.
I mean, I suppose you know that you need the water raised anyway. And it's, you know... Yeah, because he's just gonna peek this. He's not even gonna do it.
Well, there are magic pots right next to the Darkling boss arena. So yeah, mini boss arena. So yeah, it's probably worth it. You can refill your magic right next to Darkling.
Oh, good. That's perfect timing. Okay, looks like Alfalfa couldn't get a very good peek on that, so equipping that Zora tunic, which is very clean looking, just kind of silvery gray.
Much better than the Kokiri tunic, at the very least.
Keizo employing a very interesting strat, making them spawn on the helm there.
When you're touching a roof underwater, the camera is so terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You're swimming against the roof of and you're underwater. That camera angle in the central pillar hallway and the rest of the hallways are just so bad. It just flicks around like crazy.
OoT is a well-coded game. Indeed.
It is. Honestly, it is. It's just that it has a ton of players. It's one of the earlier 3D games, and a lot of people really want to know everything. The amount of years that OoT was seen as like essentially glitchless is crazy. We know all about ISG and ground jumping and SRM, all the crazy stuff from OoT, but that took a long time and a ton of people to find out. If half the other games out there had a 10% of the effort put into them, I can guarantee you that OoT would look pretty tight in comparison. And this is the refill. Wait, what? Alfalfa decided, I'm grabbing these pots.
Mm-hmm.
I know I have a sword in my hand. I don't want to use a sword. I'm grabbing this pot.
Alfalfa, bad news here. That is definitely a Scarecrow song from Keizo.
Honestly, Alfalfa has half the health that Kaizo had, and still had a slower Darkling fight. That wasn't very good. He kept going. He tried to do the side walking strat, but he was walking too far to the back instead of to the side. Although with the keyboard, I'm not sure if there's a consistent way to do it. I have no idea how the differences between keyboard and joystick are really. But that was a very awkward fight, which gave some time to Keizo to catch up. Well, Keizo still has to decide to go back to GDG, I guess, and collect the Haunted Wasteland check along the way.
Yeah, it's hard to know what Keizo's next move is going to be after Forest. I do wonder if Alfalfa ends up orphaning King Zora here. Just uses FW after getting the song.
Like I said, if I'm in Alfalfa's position, I go mode, Ice Cavern, and I go past everything. I'm in glow mode, I want Ganon's hint, and then I come back and throw King Zora. I lose to that. If I'm tied with someone and I lose to not having thought King Zora, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I imagine Alfalfa does get the map chest just because it's a big chest. You're already there filling up with blue fire.
Sure, if you see a big chest, then you get it, but you don't go to the I don't know if it's the map or the compass room, but there's a room that you can just ignore completely in Ice Cavern.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't think you even enter to check if it's big or small, because you have to dump your blue fire to even check, so yeah. It's not worth it. In my opinion, it might be worth it. I have no idea. But that's something.
Yeah, we did not get a Dungeon Foolish hint, so in theory there is something in Fire Temple. What that is, we don't know.
Honestly, strength 3.
Yeah.
No, sorry, strength 3 is in chicken. What am I saying?
Strength 3 is on chickens, yeah. It's probably fire arrows. Or, the last bow.
Yeah, why not?
We have seen or know most of the rest of the items. But... Nice.
That's much harder than it looks.
Alfalfa is going to be keeping that fairy. Do not blame him at all.
It's nice to have in case salt and pepper don't behave or something. And of course, if you need to do Volvagia, then you definitely need that fairy.
Yeah. Or just buy a Goron Tunic at that point.
Very true.
Aeronaut finishing in first place, time of 2:31:45. GG's.
There you go, GG's.
So Aeronaut did chickens, is what I'm hearing.
Ooh. Now that we know what the seed looks like, it's kind of Yeti. It's weird.
Yeah, if you find the other strength that's not in the back of Shadow and you skip Shadow completely.
Yeah, there are definitely a few bets, a few like gambles that you have to make on the way, but someone does them, right? In a race with enough players, someone takes those chances. Someone makes those bets. So, I was kind of surprised that no one was finishing, but yeah, this makes sense. 2:30, perfect. Really good time.
Yeah, and Alfalfa won't be. I mean, we're talking a good 15 minutes probably, depending on where lights are, but...
Yeah, easily sub 3.
Yeah.
And while Haunted Wasteland is still a bit isolated, I expect Kaizo to also be either sub 3 or very close to it.
Yeah, it just depends if that is the play that he makes. Is to go check that. Yes. But you still have fire available.
Yeah, but anything past the shortcut cannot be our strength 2 because it's strength locked.
Yep.
So it's just the first floor of fire. Which is relatively dense.
And quick. And that's a meme percent for Alfalfa. Picking up Winter Heart Piece. And yep.
Beams didn't have to be dreams, and they allowed us to finally see what Alpha was doing once again. We couldn't miss the Winter Heart Piece, so Alfalfa's ISP decided, no, this is when we're finally right back up to streaming. Chat has to see the Winter Heart Piece.
Time hopping. And Keizo still going through Forest. I don't think we've had a chance to see. Light arrows could just be vanilla.
Oh, maybe.
We've not had both Spirit and Shadow medallions, or I don't even think they've gone back to Temple of Time.
Yeah, with our spawns and no prelude, we've gone back just to change age, so it's been a while.
Yep. Vanilla Lax would make me so happy.
If Forest Temple wasn't bad enough, Keizo ran out of nuts, so...
Yeah, Alfalfa, the same thing happened, so... Same Poe, actually. No. You're not gonna swing by just to see what Lax is.
Yeah, probably not.
Yes!
Of course it is. I mean, wasn't anyone questioning it? Wasn't anyone questioning it at this point? Come on.
Oh, that's hilarious.
These seats have power. There is a magic in being on this side of the commentary.
That is disgusting. I love it. Chat was already all in on the strength on chickens, so.
Oh, I was in.
That was a very nice Morphic kill. Both runners had very nice Morphic kills today. Just to reiterate, I do not have a spoiler log.
Right. Anyway, we're going to get our lighter hints. Are you hoping for Inside My Castle? Are you hoping for Zora's Domain? Did we see King Zora already?
Well, we saw King Zora from Keizo.
Gerudo training ground in the back room with the Silver Rock room.
I don't know. I mean, Oops AD for items is always fun.
Yeah, that has to be it. Because DC was only for the hammer, right? So if it's hammer locked in Fire Temple, then you need to go all that in.
Yeah.
Well, no, because chickens means that you don't have to do Shadow Temple.
Yeah, I would be surprised if they were in late trial. Not that Aeronaut's a fabulous runner, and I firmly believe that they can complete this seed in that amount of time. But I don't think Shadow is required, given that finish time.
Probably, yeah. Oh!
So they are racing. They are racing to complete the dungeons. You see that we have the medallions marked Jabu, Spirit, Water, Forest, and Deku. So they need the items required to beat those dungeons and light arrows. So that's what they're racing for. Maybe. Oh, Belfo wants some magic. Going for a magic drop. Yep. Oh, who died? What?
Someone died?
I don't know. Chat's saying F.
Oh.
Oh, that's what happened. Shoot.
No, he went to defeat a Rida for magic. I mean that far ahead. I'm going to refresh. I'm not saying what I was watching, but it's definitely way past the Alfalfa falling into the lava. I saw that like a minute ago.
Yeah, I just didn't even see him fall in the lava. I was looking at
Kizo. I'm pretty sure Alfalfa fell into the lava accidentally, but then once he fell, he realized, oh, I can have like I'm going back and collecting some from the fields.
Yeah.
And maybe make it look like I meant to do that.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Keizo playing Bolero and going into fire. So we will find out what fire might have for us. No problem at all. Thank you for keeping stream going. I mean, I think Keza probably does Haunted Wasteland before Chickens.
Yeah. Didn't find much in GTG, and maybe,
well, I mean,
probably.
Yeah, Toilet was hinted dead, so we don't even need to go back to GTG unless Lids are in there. And that's gonna do Keizo no good because he doesn't have strength 2 yet.
I guess even without going to GTG, Wasteland is probably a stronger play than Chickens.
Mm-hmm. I will agree with you on that.
No, don't freeze! Fire Temple, okay. Of course they are, I mean...
Of course! We got Oops AD! Hey, Era, welcome in! Yeah, kind of. We know one of them is not required. Yeah, GG's. Oh, we're a little ahead. Okay. Hammer was in Dodongo's cavern. The map chest.
Yeah, map chest.
Yeah, so apparently you don't need Hammer to beat this.
It's not Alkaline, it's not AD for items because the Shadow Temple only had a strength, and according to chat, there's another strength out there available.
Kola finishing in second place, 2:44 on the dot. GG's. But yeah, we have been memeing for about 2 hours now about Strength 1 being on Chickens. And our understanding is that may actually be the case.
You've been memeing about it. I accepted it as truth. I mean, you can only guess so many things before I just know that you know. Somehow. Without any kind of spoiler log available to you. Mm-hmm. No spoiler log whatsoever, right?
No spoiler log. Yeah, neither of these runners did Chickens, so, oh, that's so great. And it was the first thing I said. And Saria's object finishing in third place, 2:45.23.
GG.
Era, the first thing I said after you finished was, well, Era did Chickens. Yeah, look at those
I mean, once you know where the items are, then yes, Chickens is a very good play if there's an item in the chicken. That's not how it works, something madness. Yeah. You're putting your 2 minutes 30 for the chickens versus 15 minutes for like 20 checks in Shadow. Compare those odds. Come on. Chicken apologies.
You know what?
In chat.
Today, both had a strength. Oh shoot, Sir Coil.
Is that's a big chest here? Is that the lights? There they are.
Oh, okay, so it's gonna keep going too. Angle, 4th place, 246.44.
Very nice. Angle, the killer from the lower brackets that tore apart the Season 5 tournament.
And Sora taking 5th place, 247.04.
Oh, there's a stream incoming of people finishing. I like this. I really like this. GG to Sora. Well, I'm watching Alfalfa actually finish, so maybe I'd like it even more if Alfalfa could finish alongside them and be ranked pretty high. I'm kind of biased towards the people that were restreaming, but
Okay, so it's paused. I'm not sure if he may use like a map tracker on the side, or maybe something IRL came up.
We have a problem of Xian. Fuck is Xian? Someone speak French? What is this? What is that? We've lost the streamer? Okay. It's just a pause.
Just a pause.
Okay. Okay, apparently there was a dog attack on the streamer. Everything's fine. We've survived.
My dog sometimes does that when I, pretty much any time I am doing comms. She starts whining at some point, but this is early enough in the day that she's just napping. And Flufflush finishing in 6th place, 248.16 GG's.
GG's. Very good times overall, given how punishing this seed can be. I mean, it's not the worst. Like I said, I expect 1 or 2 people to make the right bets, given where everything is. But yeah, on average, I expect the timers to be closer to the 3-hour mark, and we are going to get probably 10 finishers by the time we reach the 3-hour mark. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Alfalfa will be finishing up in just a few minutes here. Grabbing those light arrows.
And yeah, easy sub 3 hours for Alfalfa.
Yeah, and for Keizo here, not gonna find anything. I would say the biggest, like, the best thing Keizo could find here is fire arrows up here. Maybe that jogs his memory about Haunted Wasteland.
It's still a single check. Although the places
that's all that's left, I think, for Keizo is single checks.
Yeah, we're running pretty dry right now. Hopefully.
Any seed can sub 4 in S4 settings. I admit, I don't know the most about Keizo as a runner, but I can almost guarantee that chickens is the last check.
That sounds reasonable. If you do chickens by the second hour, you don't do chickens until you have, while you have any other check available to you.
And that's why we need...
with the randomizer, we have a lot of shortened cutscenes, a lot of faster minigames, a lot of things that make gameplay run smoother. We're not in what did you use? Is it 98 something?
Yeah.
We're not in 1998. This is not the N64 era. Spending 20 minutes playing 8 notes to a couple of school kids is not engaging gameplay anymore. So there are some changes to tune up the gameplay a bit to make it more reasonable to collect as many checks as possible to keep everything running smoothly. And every minigame that is kind of archaic like that has been changed in some way to more modern standards, except for chickens. Chickens works exactly the way that it does in vanilla, and it's probably the worst minigame that exists in the current version of the randomizer. It's bad. Not as bad as some other minigames are in the vanilla game, but it's not fun. It's slow, a lot of commitments, kind of isolated.
And phase 1 of Ganon is down for alpha. I'm just sitting here like, hey, chickens won today. No, Queso never took one.
Honestly.
Alright, GG's to Alpha.
Instead, have some bacon tonight. And time! GG! Alfalfa finishing with a time of 2:53.24. 7th place. Very good.
Still top 10.
Congratulations.
It sounds like Alfalfa will be joining us for an interview. So if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in chat. I know I have a couple. Hey,
that is
Alfalfa,
true.
welcome in, GG's.
Congratulations.
You are muted if you are speaking. All right. Oh, Queso is doing big pose.
You're right that Rando is more interesting if there are bad checks, but bad checks don't have to be this bad, right? I don't think anyone thinks that Rando would be better if Dampe still gave the check only 10% of the time, or if the Skull Kid Ocarina game was the vanilla version of the Skull Kid Ocarina game. I agree, some checks need to be bad, but do they have to be this bad?
Yes, they do. Hey, Alfalfa.
Hey, Mel. Hey, everybody.
There we go. GG's.
Now we can hear you.
Thanks so much. Sorry for all the drop frames and disconnections. I have no idea what was going on with my modem today, but near the end I kicked it and it started working really well. So that's going to be my go-to solution in the future.
If something isn't solved with violence, you aren't using enough of it.
Classic.
Got the job done. So I hope you saw most of what I was doing, but sorry about that.
Yeah, I think the worst part, you were fighting Twin Rova, and we know how that goes, so... Hey, Alfalfa. It's totally fine. There we go. Oh, we did miss the first strength, actually, that you picked up in Shadow.
Oh, yeah, that was... so that wasn't the first logical strength, right? The one in Wasteland was also available? Neither of them was first?
And not everyone on the chickens.
Yeah.
Chickens. There's one on chickens.
Yeah. Violence, you aren't using enough of it.
So when you found the Path to Baronade hint, we were like, oh, no Phantom Ganon.
enough.
That means all of the strengths have to be available when you couple that with Forest 2 Twinrova. So we're like, where are we going? Where are we finding these strengths?
Twinrova, and we know how
and you
that
ended up
goes,
going Shadow
so
first.
It was totally fine.
Why did you do
we did
Shadow
miss the
before,
first strength, actually,
say
that you picked up in
early fire or GTG?
Well, I only had 4 path hints. I just had the path to Goma, Morpha, Twinrova, and Baronade. Apparently there's Chaos on the audio echo.
Oh no.
I don't hear anything, but chat definitely does, so... GG's to Fabio, finishing still sub 3 to 57 in 8th place. But yeah...
It's okay now? Test? Okay,
like I said,
cool.
I hear you fine, so we're gonna have to rely on chat.
Okay.
Chat said
Alright,
fixed,
so yeah. Chat says it's fixed, that's good enough for me. So yeah, I was missing a path hint, and I didn't know, maybe I was missing something, so I had everything I needed for Shadow, and I was, in the neighborhood, so I thought, what the heck, we'll give it a go. I'd already done Bottom of the Well and gotten nothing out of it, did DC and got the hammer, and I was like... but the hammer put the magic into logic, and so I knew, entering Shadow was in logic, ish. My hovers were still out of logic. I never did get my logical access to the boomerang in Wild Spirit. I have no idea where that slingshot was. Oh, it was an ice. It was an ice, right? That was the logical slingshot?
Yes.
There was one in Ice and one on HBA.
Okay. Yeah, so either of those would have been fine.
Yep.
But yeah, I just felt like Shadow was dense, and I was gonna do GTG after if there was nothing there. So it was a coin flip, really.
That makes sense. I always respect anyone who finishes a seed without doing chickens if they have the option to do so. GG's to Sydney, by the way, who finished in 9th place. Still sub 3, 258.
Yeah.
And Case is out to the chickens, so...
Yeah, that's...
Nice.
Keizo has forgotten all about Wasteland at that point, I think. But that's okay, because this is going to pay out with a strength. Also,
yeah, I considered doing chickens. When I did Bottom of the Well, I thought about doing chickens, but I was doing well before Jabu, and I knew I could also maybe potentially beat water, and so I was already feeling kind of bad about doing well first, so I didn't want to prolong it.
Yep.
By the way, the last path hint that you were missing is SFM is path to Baronade for the Rutos letter. So
I had that one. I had that one, but was there a second path
so
to
you didn't have
Baronade?
Spirit Baronade?
Spirit.
Okay, yeah, I didn't have that one at all.
Oh, okay.
For the boomerang, yeah. The logic was very straightforward today.
Yeah, the hints weren't particularly helpful. I got Graveyard Path to Morpha with the hookshot and the irons there, and I was like, oh. Great. I never would have pieced that together by myself.
Yeah.
One thing that I missed that I hope you can fill me in, about 6 or 7 minutes in, I lost my chicken in Zora's River, and so I didn't do the upper grotto, and I never got those 2 hints up there, and the whole seed it was in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
I missed something important.
Was Frost to dead.
Okay.
And the other I think was like a Darunia or like something like that. I think it was
and
like
obviously
one of those
the item wasn't
random
important.
locations is dead. Nah, not important.
Elle a fait tomber quel sac?
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it was just back of my mind the whole time, like, oh, I gotta get back there at some point, and I never did.
Yeah, bad luck with that chicken just yeeting itself into oblivion.
Yeah, not a friendly chicken, but what can we do?
Is there such a thing as a friendly chicken in this game?
Yeah, none of them seem to really want to help you, eh?
Okay, Keizo found Strength 2 and is just staring at it.
Understandable.
Which, yep, understandable. Yeah, any other questions you have? We've seen pretty much everything here, so we can fill in anything that you might be wondering about.
I feel like I did everything except for GTG more or less, and I'm guessing that was pretty much empty.
There
yes,
was some magic.
the other magic was there.
Okay.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was always like the next thing I was gonna do if I didn't find progression wherever I was, and I never wound up needing to go there. So that was nice.
Sure.
But double tripping water wasn't great. I was pretty excited when I found that bomb bag, but I found that one in DC, which I guess probably the people with the top times, that was their bomb bag, and they didn't need to make 2 trips to water.
Probably.
Probably
I mean,
still made 2
water
trips
was-
just with ice being required.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going there without a bow or magic or strength felt pretty bad, but I don't know. It kind of paid out. So
and without Serenade, so you really
and
took
without
the
Serenade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got
Another
a bomb bag
question.
and things started happening. Yeah, go ahead.
Definitely pay off. It definitely paid off. It
That
didn't
bomb
look
bag
like
unlocked a very important item at the very end of Dodongo's Cavern. You picked up some of agony. Why?
Because I was on Restream. If I hadn't been on Restream, there's no way I'm going to pick that up there. But if I see a meme item on Restream, I'm going to grab it. I wound
thought
up
that's
looking
what
into
it was.
the Winterheart piece too.
Yep.
I'm sure you'll be happy to know that we completed meme percent. We saw all 5 meme items. I'm not sure if you saw all 5 of them, but
I think I got them all. I saved some Greg. I got Greg with bomb shoes out of the Colossus Fairy Fountain. There's no way I was going to keep that, but I think I got them all at one point or another.
Yeah, I do think you got them all.
That's always nice to do. But yeah, it was a good seed. This was actually the first S5 seed that I've done since I got knocked out of the tournament a couple of months ago. So I was a little nervous to be on Restream, but I love these settings. They're so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like I said at the beginning of the stream, with Season 5 tournament going on, I've been watching much more than I've been playing, and I was so rusty. If this is your first S5 seed since the tournament, wow, I mean, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I've just been grinding League settings, but S5 is more fun than League. Okay. You heard it here first.
Oh, bold take.
Yeah,
we have
you're definitely the first one to say that, Alfalfa. Definitely.
Yeah?
We have some serious haters of Pathins in the community. Not many of them, but they're vocal.
No, I really like S5 settings. I think it's the best tournament setting so far.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree, actually.
Yeah, kind of a nice balance between what's available right away, what you have to still work for. The path hints, I think, are much more interesting than Wath, but maybe that's just so far.
Begin it as a viable strategy more than just for the graveyard bin check is definitely one of the biggest improvements to Rando, in my opinion, over the years. Even if it doesn't stay as chess sized much as content, but it becomes just what is it called? The other option?
The texture setting.
Texture is interesting. Yeah.
Whatever form it takes, peaking is definitely something that I'm a big fan of, and I hope it sticks around for future seasons.
Yeah, I miss peaking in League settings. That's the biggest thing that I miss. Just every dungeon takes a few extra minutes because you can't skip things or peak things. So yeah, that's a lot of fun to be able to just very quickly move through areas.
Mm-hmm. Carriosa rounding out our top 10. Finish time of 3:04:55.
GG. Like I always say, with picking, you only need Zelda's Lullaby to full clear, at least in terms of info. Bottom of the World. It's one of my... I always like that dungeon a lot more, depending on whether or not I have those 2 songs. It's more interesting than either always doing it, like in previous seasons, or never doing it, like in Season 4, well, was kind of whatever, very slow. It's much more dense, even if it's a bit out of the way. So, yeah, there are several dungeons. Whoa, did the chest despawn on Quesos?
Oh, he respawned it. That's really cool. I didn't know about that.
Whoa, I've never seen that. Where did it despawn in the first place?
Yeah, that chest I know is kind of wonky. Like if you go out to the hand, I know it always despawns, but I didn't know it could despawn just leaving the room and coming back. That's pretty cool.
That's great. I've never seen that. Yeah. Speaking of season 5 settings, any changes that you think would be good for a future season 6? Since we're finishing the tournament, we're winding down with all this stuff.
Definitely pot sanity. Full pot sanity, like.
Yes.
No, like I would imagine like most seasons for the past few years have included something new. Sometimes like new to the randomizer, like the path settings. So you know, in a year from now, new things that come up, like maybe new hints, maybe new settings. But yeah, it's been nice that each season has sort of showcased something that's a little bit different. But I really enjoyed this season a lot more than S4. So hopefully, like no major changes. I feel like the settings are really good.
So here
Hot
was
texture
something.
matches contents. Just laughing at Tobias in the chat.
How would you feel? You get no sometimes hints, but you get an extra always, extra path, and extra foolish instead of the 6 sometimes.
That'd be interesting. 4 foolish might be a little OP. But yeah, I feel like getting rid of sometimes hints might be an interesting thing to do. Like at best, the sometimes hints are saving you like a minute or two over the course of the seed. Like, oh, I don't need to do water boss key check. Like, okay, great. Where the other ones might be a little bit more powerful. Yeah, it might speed things up a little bit.
I think at the very least we have to review what chests, what the always hints are, because or on the even the sometimes hints, because the central chest in GTG hint is kind of wasted most of the time. You can just pick it very easily with these settings, right? So
Yeah.
With these settings, it's a lot less valuable.
Yeah, so some of the stuff needs to change, I think. Oh, Zoratonic was highest son.
Yep, hanging out up there.
I forgot. Not that it matters, but by the way, Tanjo finished 11th place, 307, still great time.
GG's, Tanjo.
GG's.
I didn't even see how many people were running in total.
Like 32.
32, okay.
Not bad.
Not a bad size weekly.
Good.
So what's next then?
Well,
League is wrapping up pretty soon.
Yeah. I tried to schedule this is kind of ironic. I tried to schedule a match today with Keizo at this time. He's in my league group and he never responded to my DM. I couldn't believe it when Trez picked the two of us.
Maybe this can count.
Yeah, we'll see. It would save me playing another league seed.
I'm sure Keizo will agree to count in this match.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for
it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me on the restream.
Chatting with us.
I think I'm gonna take off, go make some lunch, but thanks so much for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. Great chatting with you. All
right, take care. Thanks.
Bye.
Yes, just a reminder to all of you watching, give our runners a follow. Keizo Bro and Alfalfa Field. Doing a great job today. Keizo, unfortunately, ending up having to do chickens in the end. But is currently in go mode fighting Twin Rova. And our trackers, amazing. Waylon, the Alan Heffley, making sure, especially, I'm not sure which of you was tracking Alfalfa, but keeping on top of items with the various frame drops and stream drops. Much appreciated. And Ponsari, thanks for being on comms with me today.
A pleasure. And, Mel doesn't need me to give her shoutouts. You all know her. You all love her. She is the oracle that tells you when chickens have something and when they don't.
Apparently, I would have done very well in this scene because I was just dialed
Apparently.
into where everything was.
Yep. Follow everyone above, and if you'd like to be one of those people above, you can just apply to volunteer.
Do we have a volunteer command in this channel?
Maybe? I think
it's model.
No, it's only in CSR1.
It's
no, it's
mod
only
too. But
yeah,
we're just gonna try. Okay. Maybe there's a mod somewhere lurking that can drop that in.
Well, we can plug it at some other time. But seriously, I've been doing this for like a month and a half. It's been seriously fun. I've loved every minute of it, and I cannot recommend it enough. If you think this is something that might be fun for you, whether it's commentary or if that's like something you're not comfortable with tracking, we can never have too many trackers. Then by all means, there are ways to join Discord. Ask anyone here to point you to links. I have the links. I'm sure Mel has the links, and join and have a great time.
The workaround, the Discord command.
Of course.
Yep. You'll apply to volunteer in that first one, the OoT Randomizer Discord. Otherwise, just join us. We have fun. Alright, Keizo, getting Serenade.
Oh, duh. We just spawn in Serenade.
Imagine avoir Serenade à la fin de Seed.
For some reason, I thought that the spawn was next to Gag, so entering the graveyard instead of exiting the graveyard.
Yeah, it's exiting the graveyard. Alright, so Keizo will be wrapping up about 7-ish minutes probably with the climb.
I'm saying 321.
That's about right.
It's the safe bet, to be honest.
Yeah, it's the safe bet. We never saw Big Goron Sword. I wonder where that ended up. Lefty finishing in 12th place, 3-14-13 GG's. Wonder if Hammer Rocks was a big chest and it was Big Goron Sword.
Big Goron was in Zora's Fountain Fairy. Why not, right?
Why not? Bottom of Fountain, we don't know.
Oh, another finisher, Lefty. 3-14-13. GG.
I like doing climb at the end is just kind of like, okay, I'm going through the motions.
Yeah, I've been watching some Kingdom Hearts 2 Randomizer as well lately, and it feels like all of these rando games kind of lose themes in the last 5 minutes. The final boss rush is pretty dull most of the time.
It's all the same. Like, you want to talk about how boring Forest Temple seems to people? Like, the climb is always the same. Especially if you are already going in with light arrows. You're not thinking, okay,
I kind of wish there were more different ways to approach the fights, and you have to fight with different stuff every time you come here. Like, if you have hammer but you don't have the bow, you can fight in one way, and stuff like that. So maybe that's more interesting, but really, in Ocarina of Time, you need the item that you need. So this final boss rush is fairly mundane.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a reason for that. It's because it's been, like, perfected by runners over years.
Oh, of course.
But
It's
it
not
does.
easy. It's definitely a feat to do it, and to do it reliably and as fast as these people do it. But still, it's kind of like the fun of Rando is, where is all the stuff? What am I gonna find here? And you're not looking for stuff anymore. You're just going through the motions. So this final push is always, like I said, in kind of in every Rando seems to be a bit boring. And even in Kingdom Hearts, where you have different tools every time to beat the final boss rush, it's kind of the same. Whatever. If you've been able to get there, you can win the final boss. Sigbar is the final boss. Sayax is the final boss. Sebnas is not. And well, Ocarina of Time doesn't really have any hard boss, really. Dark Link is the hardest fight in the game, probably.
Oh,
and even
I
then,
disagree. Quick strats on Volvagia. Miserable to try and learn.
In terms of beating the boss fast, there is some very high intensity bosses. Like Phantom Ganon is my hardest boss in the game in terms of winning fast. But in terms of winning at all, there aren't really any hard bosses in Ocarina of Time. So maybe Ganondorf and Ganon are the hardest. I can't tell. You get here with so many items and so much stuff.
Yeah.
There's no puzzle to solve. There's no.
Baronade is
make
kind
do
of
with less than usual. You always have stuff. Yeah, Baronade is also.
If you get your timings off, Iron
but
Boots?
I can defeat Baronade in with the fast strats sometimes. I never do zero cycle Phantom Ganon. It's impossible. So I still think Phantom Ganon is the hardest. I cannot one cycle Goma reliably, right? I'm not that kind of. I'm not that good of a player. I'm average at best.
I can,
but
with a slingshot.
Well, yeah,
great with a slingshot.
Yes. I can do that too. I am capable of once.
Yes. I can't with nutstrats though. Anyone else's dogs do little like hiccups in their sleep, like when they're dreaming? Mine is doing that right now.
Okay, I don't own a dog, but that sounds kind of adorable.
Does Keizo still have the iron boots on?
J'arrive, Zelda, I'm coming. J'arrive, Zelda.
It's his atonement. It's his punishment for doing the chicken.
I'm so curious. Like, what is this?
I getcha.
By all means, you do you. Maybe Keizo could hear us saying how like uninteresting this part of every like seed is, and it's like let's just make it interesting. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a roll strat thing. Maybe your rolls are tighter.
Yeah, it looks tighter to roll underneath Ganon.
I'm not sure if it's worth it, but I'm very curious.
It's definitely not worth going the whole way with iron boots, right? You may equip them while you're underneath Ganon if that's better somehow. It looked worse, but what do I know? Hi Zelda, how you doing, girl?
Alright, Keizo's just messing with us now.
Now? Not 5 minutes ago when we equipped the iron boots? GG to Keizo.
Oh, that's so good.
Lucky
2030. All right. I guess Keizo will not be joining us for an interview. I think the iron boots ending kind of said enough.
It's the perfect bow. It's the perfect bow to finish this present.
So with that, I think we will do a final round of shoutouts and probably raid over somewhere. So
Sure.
once it,
Seems good to me.
yeah, give our runners a follow. Queso Bro and Alfalfa Field. Links are right there. Our trackers today, maybe. Waylon and the Alan Huffley, thank you for keeping track of everything. And, okay. I'm gonna just keep talking for a little while. And, sorry, co-comming with me, thank you. And our restreamers, I think we had tries to start with, Alka to go on next. And Psychonaut?
But
Yes.
Psychonaut.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting to watch. GG's to both our runners that are on Restream there. It was very entertaining to watch. Thank you to both you, Melqui and Ponsari. Hope I pronounced that right.
Good enough.
Good enough. Perfect. Thanks to both of you for commentating this. Is really interesting listening to you both, and thanks to both the Alan Heffley and to Waylon for tracking. We got some good action coming up over the next little while here on Zelda Speedruns. We have got the Minish Cap Randomizer weekly happening at about 6 o'clock UTC, and then over the course of next week we have more action, including the Zelda 2 Randomizer Max Rando Tournament. The losers bracket round 2 between Paratroop and Jay Coper is happening Wednesday at 11:59 Eastern, and we have some winners brackets happening Wednesday and Thursday as well. All the information is on the schedule if you'd like to take a look at that. For the moment though, we're just going to sign off and send you all in your merry way. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Psychonaut, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening. Bye bye now.
Hi all.
Bye everyone.